Welcome to All About Stocks, and I'm trying a new way of doing the channel today. I went ahead and made an outline, and bear with me just for the fact that I'm going to try to do everything a little bit different. So there might be a few pauses here and there, but hopefully I can bring out some different ways of doing this. So I believe his name, or I believe how you say his name, is Shinzo Abe. Shinzo Abe. He was assassinated in Japan. He was a prime minister, and that brings to light a few possibilities. Now, it was discovered it was one of his own, or one of the Japanese military men who actually assassinated him. Now, this was looking back on Friday that happened. Now, this becomes a problem because I'm going to call him Abe. Now, Abe was one of the longest prime ministers for Japanese. Now, he opened up Japan's military after World War II. They created a constitutional amendment where they no longer had their own, or Japanese only no longer had a military. They relied upon the United States military for defense. Now, when he is elected for a term of 8 years, or he was prime minister for 8 years, I'm not sure how the prime ministers worked there, but he was one of the longest ones there. So long, in fact, that they actually remembered who he was. I remember reading in that, and that was a big deal. Supposedly, the prime ministers in Japan are not either well known, well liked, or so that they are not remembered. Now, with that, in that he was preparing for China's eventual attack not only on Taiwan, but let me see here. He was preparing for the attack on Taiwan, but in there he was also preparing for the attack on Japan. So that was a big deal for Japan. Now, that opens up the possibility that it could have been an inside job for the Japan, or it could have possibility that China did it, kind of like our CIA. Maybe they had someone come in and do that. Now, once again, I'm trying a new way of doing this, so excuse me, I might be kind of bumping around here. And if you've watched my channel before, the way I'm doing this is kind of new, but this is where he's the longest prime minister. And also right here, he reshaped the defense, and he was assassinated on Friday. Now, here's something else that was interesting here. They called something the economics program the Abenomics. Now, I couldn't find anything on it. I'm sure there is. I did not actually go to research it. But prior to, Japan was going through kind of a running, like a 10-year, 20-year zombie company problem where a lot of companies were just living off the government, if you would. So um, this allowed for the company, and when I said I couldn't find much of, and it was how he did this, but he allowed, or he created this ability for the companies to get off of the government's aid. Now, if you've been paying attention for the last 10 years or so, since 2008, so 14 years or so, the United States, we've really been kind of living off, or the companies have really been living off of the government's aid. Anytime we try to raise our interest rates, it pushes us down into a recession. And then the more we push up our interest rates, a lot of companies start to go under. And this is pretty much what was happening in Japan. So a lot of economists are thinking that we're going into this lost decade coming up into the 2020 to 2030 era. And that's kind of what happened to Japan. To combat that, we might need to go into a recession or possibly a depression where we just raise interest rates, go ahead, let the companies who are going to fail, just let them fail. And that way, the zombie companies who are living off the that of the government, just go ahead and let them just fail. And that would probably be for the best. Those who would succeed, they'll go ahead and succeed, and that would create more jobs, and it would make for a more thriving company, or a more thriving economy. That's what I meant to say. Now, just about at the same time that we lost Abe, Sri Lanka had the kind of a overthrowing of their presidency or prime minister. So they're well, that's not what I want. So let's see here. So I was under the impression that Sri Lanka only had a prime minister, but after doing some research, Sri Lanka has a president and a prime minister. I don't understand how you have two. So Sri Lanka, their prime minister and evidently their president, they offered to resign. Once again, I don't understand how you have both, and I guess that's a die economy, or a die whatever, where that's a two candidate party system. Now, there was so much opposition, they had to just resign. The resistance, everyone's just going kind of crazy over there. Their economy is just in turmoil. So I don't know if they really had a choice. It was kind of one of those things of resign or get overthrown. Now, I have this thing I was going to talk about on Biden. Now, for a lot of my viewers, y'all are probably going to be in the United States. Let's see here. So I probably don't have to bring up that Biden has hit the lowest confidence since his presidency. So I don't really have to talk too much about that, and that's probably due to his recent, they call it his GAFE, I guess it's called. However, there's probably been just multiple mess ups of Biden. He's he's been just can't really communicate. Kind of questioning if he has Alzheimer's, dementia, or some other form of memory loss. Now, he's going on, I believe it's 80, 81, somewhere in that age range. So it's understandable to have memory issues. However, the type of memory loss or memory issues he's having is just overwhelming, especially for him being the president. And he's having trouble walking, he's having trouble talking, he's having trouble remembering where to go in a room where there's people telling him where to go. So it's understandable that he's hit such a low confidence rating, which is very scary where with this war with Russia. Now, hopefully the war with Russia does not spill over. Hopefully a war with China does not break out. We all know that China is keeping their eyes out. We all know Putin is paying attention. Hopefully that Congress is keeping a watchful eye, and if something is to spill over, Kamala Harris does not take over. Unfortunately, our vice president does not seem fit for the task either. So, moving on from my my thoughts, we will go into when Biden went to Saudi Arabia. Biden stated that as president, it's his job to keep our country strong and secure. I do not believe he said this. I do not believe these are his words. I believe this is someone else saying this. And I believe many of you believe the same thing. But he also went on to say we have to counter Russia's aggression. I do not believe he's up for the task, but I will quit interjecting. Put ourselves in the best possible position to compete with China and work for greater stability in a consequential region of the world. To do these things, we have to engage directly with countries that can impact those outcomes. Saudi Arabia is one of them. And when I meet with them, let me get out of the way here. When I meet with them on Friday, my aim will be to strengthen our strategic partnership and partnership going forward that is based on mutual interests and responsibilities, holding true fundamentals and American values. So I believe that he's not only preparing for any encounter with Russia, but whoever wrote this is also, or possibly Biden, is seeing that there might be a problem brewing with China. So there's potential fears coming up with China. So, of course, that is, of course, not good. Now, let me get rid of all of this and get this all centered back up. I apologize. Once again, trying to get used to all this, so just give me moments here. Now, we did have Boris Johnson. Boris Johnson did step down. Well, I don't know if I'd quite say he stepped down, but Boris Johnson, he fought to the bitter end. I believe he's still holding his place until a new candidate can be elected. So as of right now, I do believe Boris Johnson is still the prime minister up until I believe it's the 23rd. Now, I was doing some research for the food crisis. Now, many of you have been hearing about the upcoming food crisis. Now, for what I could find accessible, Kazakhstan has been, Israel has been requesting Kazakhstan to send them grain, which, okay, I believe Kazakhstan's that small little country right by Ukraine. Now, don't quote me, I'm not very good with the countries over there, but that's where I believe it is. Now, as far as there's a global shortage coming up, and it says global shortage that is a result of the Russian-Ukraine war. And Ukraine food crisis, Israel is seeking to import wheat from Kazakhstan. So it's just rephrasing the same thing here. Now, what I was pulling up here, I was able to find fuel or food shortages for sugar. Sugar is being turned into fuel that is in South America. Avocados, that's in Mexico. This is for the United States. There's an import ban. Paper goods, I'm pretty sure that's worldwide. There's a shortage for it that's due to the Ukraine-Russia war. Canned goods, there's currently a aluminum shortage that's worldwide. Eggs and meats, there's just a overall food shortage on eggs and meats. I believe meats is specific to chicken. Food shortage for pets. That the pet food, I believe, is mainly canned pet food, and that's due to the aluminum shortage. Baby formula, I believe this is specific to U.S. I am not sure. As far as my research shows, I did not see anything outside of the United States. Excuse me. Now, alcohol. There was a reduced demand, and with the reduced demand, there came a supply chain issue, so both of them kind of interjected. So that became a problem also, and this is once again mainly the United States, also with I'm sorry, it's I don't know if you heard that, but that was a car honking and screeching off. So I paused it. Anyways, there's a alcohol ban, and there's a ban for vodka. I'm sorry, I lost my concentration because car. So yes, vodka. United States banned vodka from Russia. So that also created more of a shortage. So let's get to the more fun stuff, because no one wants to hear about the stuff that they can't have. So, coming up, starting in, I believe it's 2 hours, I am honestly not a Amazon Prime user, but I do know there is a Amazon Prime Day. Amazon Prime Day starts in an hour Central Time, and we can get off this so I can pull this up. Maybe. Maybe not. Things are just not working. Okay. I don't know why. See? Okay, that would be why. I'm sorry if you're still watching. Hopefully you're laughing. What is going on here? Okay, so I apologize. I do my best not to pause my videos, try to get everything out, and try to be very upfront and basically try to have a conversation. So here I did have to pause, otherwise you would have been waiting for a while. So CNN posted the most underscored hoped items that would have been nice if Amazon Prime wanted, or Amazon Prime discounted. So I did put the link, or I will put the link in the description. So here's just a fast, I'm going to run through this really quick. I got another one for you too. A shower towel. I'm not even trying to say some of these. A glass coffee maker. A NutriBullet. Dried dog treats. Really, if you're gonna want something to get discounted, I mean, come on, don't you want it to be like something useful, like a TV or like a back rubber? But CNN put dog treats, and on top of it, $31.99. We're going into a recession, so if CNN said, "I want dog treats from Amazon," I'm sorry. Texturizing spray. I'm still on the dog treats. Hooter car trash can with lid. So once again, a car trash lid, because a Walmart bag doesn't work. Hatch Restore. I don't know what a Hatch Restore is. I'm sure like 99.9% of you do not know what a Hatch Restore is. Color Wow Dream Coat Spray. That's probably makeup. Prep Cheat Sheet. Original modular sheet pen. That actually kind of looks cool. That looks like that makes sense. So, for $30, that actually kind of makes sense. Cold brew coffee. That actually kind of makes sense, and actually for the right prices. So I can see some of these prices there, but F.I.R.E, Stiletto Hill, and I'm sure some of the women out there would love that, and probably a few of the men. So those are personal comments I probably shouldn't have made, but you never know. Maybe some of y'all love my comments. Who knows? So and y'all can see what I'm going to be pulling up here in a minute too, if y'all stick around. Okay, so here's the early prime deals. If you want to go ahead and jump on the early prime deals. So these are PNG products. I guess it's just this. Basically the paper products that we're not supposed to have. Betting essentials. I'm looking for the stupid stuff. See, this is the stuff that CNN should have been talking about on the other one that should have been hopefully discounted. See, the smart TV that we hope they discount, but no, they want to discount dog food. Amazon Halo Band. I would love to know what that is. Is this the one that talks to you? It helps you sleep. See, this looks cool. This helps you sleep and helps you feel better. And yeah, see, that's cool. F.I.R.E TV cube. I mean, is it shooting TV out of its pocket and shit? Because there you go. More fun. So you look at this. You got a F.I.R.E TV cube, Luna controller. So basically a bunch of stuff to control your TV. But no one can pass up a 43-inch TV unless it's a 65-inch TV. Yeah, I don't sound stupid at all. And going into a recession, no one pass up dog food. Alright. Anyways, so certified refurbished Echo. By the way, I don't own Amazon stuff like the Amazon Fire Stick. I own one of those, but I'm talking about the thing that talks to you in the middle of the night when no one's around. Oh yeah, that thing. Because if something starts talking to me in the middle of the night, I'm gonna start crying. So anyways, I'm sorry. I'm just trying to have some fun. Can't always be serious. So, like I said, we're going into the Prime Day. That's tomorrow. Now, Amazon did partner with Grubhub. So, they did announce that I'm going to fall back in my TV, or fall back in my chair. They did partner with Grubhub, meaning that if you have Amazon Prime, then for the next 12 months while having the Prime, they will give you free deliveries from Grubhub, which sounds amazing. Now, something most of y'all or some of y'all probably have not heard, Zoom did expand their platform, allowing for apps to be built. Let me pull some of this up. So this is what Zoom put out, saying that they were expanding their platform. And this allows them to, or allows for people who are using their platform to build apps, I'm assuming together, while working on working in their platform. Now, I don't know if I have the Amazon partnership. I don't believe so. And FedEx, I don't know. I never heard of this one until I actually ran across it. FedEx was suing under suing a company for website infringement, and they actually lost this. They were trying to get it moved to Tennessee, and a Texas judge said no, it's got to stay in Texas, and they lost that case. So I was looking at the FedEx stocks today, and that actually didn't really move the stock that much. I don't know if anyone even knew about that lawsuit. Now, something everyone's probably very well aware of, and that is the Twitter one, the Twitter deal. So, Twitter, Elon Musk. So, Twitter updated with Twitter lawyers' letter closing stock price. So, Twitter saying that Elon has to pay the full price, or $44 billion, to take over. Now, the great part, I believe I have it right here. Musk says, nope. Twitter has too many bots. I'm done. We're not doing this. It's canceled. Goodbye. And he's saying that, let's see here. Musk says is incomplete, unusable information. Musk lawyer, that's from Mike Ringletter. Goodbye says it all. So, Mr. Musk, good luck. It sounds like this is going to court. Now I can't talk. Interesting part is, now, how is that going to affect Twitter's, or not Twitter, but Tesla's stock price? I believe most of Musk or Elon's money is locked up in Tesla. So if he is forced to buy Twitter, then it will he lose controlling stake in Tesla. So I'd like to show y'all my stock of the day. My stock of the day would be ChargePoint. Some of y'all have heard of it, some of y'all have not. ChargePoint is a EV stock, or I guess it's not really an EV stock. I guess it depends on what you define EV. So it's not an electric vehicle. It's the charging part. It's like if you go to the gas station, you got to charge, or you got to fill up your car. So ChargePoint is the part where you plug in to your electric vehicle. So even ChargePoint has it as EV. So they have charging stations from everywhere in North America all the way to the UK. Let's see here. Commercial fleet, and they had somewhere here where they had how many they had. And I guess there. Now, it did ChargePoint on OP or IPO ran up to about $45, which I was fully in on that 200 shares, and I got burnt all the way down to around $10 there. Yeah, I can't find it. I've been. So I'm not going to hold this one up anymore. So I do want to bring up, so on here, I'm going to go to my others here. So I'm just going to bring up one other thing real quick. So Biden, he always has this gentleman right here. And I am not 100% sure who he is, and I can't really find anyone else who does. And I think this is his helper, his handler, to make sure Biden's where he's supposed to be, doing what he's supposed to be doing. Now, if anyone knows who this person is, because, well, I'll be honest, I follow politics. I'm just not sure who he is. And if you watch this guy, he watches Biden like a hawk, whereas you watch Kamala Harris, she just kind of watches the room. She's looking everywhere else besides Biden. So if anyone knows who this guy right here is, please let me know. Just comment down below if he's in, I don't know, if he's in the Secretary of Education or something. I don't know. But if y'all do, please let me know. I just am curious. Now, I hit the wrong button, but moving on. For the stock market coming up, we do have the fear index. It's going back down to extreme fear. If y'all do remember, whenever it starts dropping to extreme fear, that's usually a good sign of what's to come. It's usually a sign that the market's about to show some volatility, or possibly a good sign of waterfalls are coming. So this is about a week ago, and this is when we had the extreme fear. Now, just giving an idea. Now, wanted to bring up one other thing, or a few other things here. Canada recently had 11.3 million people without internet, and they also lost 911 services. I never found a reason. They never provided a reason, as far as I know of. They resolved the issue. It took them around 20 hours, I believe, and they never, as far as I know, they're still working on some residents. So this is just about all of Canada. We're talking about lost, internet and 911 services. So that's a country lost internet. It's not an everyday incident. So think about hacking, issues like that, because that's a big issue, and that's not like a tree fell on a phone line type issue. That's a serious issue with multiple issues behind it. There's still residents without internet, and for it to also affect 911 issue or 911 services, then that's still a big problem, because if you have phone lines that are wired in, that's still affecting them. So, excuse me. So, we do have these big issues, but I did get a letter from a viewer, and I don't want to fully read it. I want to have some I want him to have some discretion. Now, he was saying that he had his job, and while he was at his job, his wife he went into labor. When she was having her child, it ended up being false contractions. However, she later on went into labor. Then, and he had to go into the hospital afterwards. His job went ahead and fired him for leaving. Now he wants to know what to do. I'm summing this up. Now he doesn't know what to do. He lost his income, he lost his insurance, and he's unable to get a job currently. Now, this is very common, and due to this, there's a lot of people who are unaware of the situations. They don't know what to do or how to handle that. Now, the reason I bring this up is not only for him, but also for many of you. As we go into this recession, many companies are going to find ways to lay you off. Many companies, if they can find any form, fashion to fire you, they will. Now, under his instance, he had FMLA to fall back on. Now, that protected him, but of course his company went ahead and fired him. Now he can go ahead and look at the EEOC, Equal Employment equal whatever. Just know it's EEOC. And with that, you got EEOC, FMLA, and there's another one. Give me 1 second, and this is important. So if you're still watching this video, and I know it's a long video, most of my viewers last 5 minutes at tops. So here's the thing is, hopefully you're here, hopefully you're watching. And it does depend state to state. It's the Department of Labor. So you can run to Department of Labor, EOC, and you have those companies. And remember, if it happens to you, contact an attorney. If you feel like you've been wronged, go to an attorney. It usually, or it should cost nothing to ask an attorney if you've been wronged. And an attorney can give you guidance. The guidance, they can say, hey, you have nothing. But if they say, hey, you've been wronged, don't go back to the company. They'll find another way to fire you. And they'll find a way to fire you legally. Talk to the attorney. Tell them you don't feel comfortable working for that company. This is important. I say this with the understanding I'll probably never end up getting a job now. I'm giving you guidance where I'll probably never work after telling you this. I'm giving you information to help you going into a recession, trying to protect you, where I will probably never get a job after telling you this. Any employee or any employer who sees this will never hire me. So trust your gut. It's free to talk to an attorney. But with this upcoming recession, if it turns into a depression, you may really hurt afterwards. And never forget, always apply for unemployment. The worst they can say is no. Alright. That's about all I got for you today. I'm doing the best I can to grow my channel. If you like this, please like, subscribe, pass it on to your friends, do whatever, help me out. I'm doing what I can. So leave me a comment. Tell me what you think. Thank you. Have a great day.